Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am in a jersey long sleeve shirt today because I want to keep this video super chill, even though I have my hair done for once. So that's what we're doing. But today is actually my second time filming this video because the first time I filmed it, it was a disaster. I mean, if you follow me on Snapchat, you heard all about it, but it was a complete, utter disaster. So I came back and I'm going to film it again today. So today I'm doing my 2017 beauty favorites and most used makeup products of 2017. Some of these weren't my absolute favorite, but they just were what I was using the most. So I thought I'd share them all with you because if you know me in person, you probably know majority of these. But I didn't have a channel all throughout 2017, just like the last couple months. So I thought this would be a good way for you guys to get to know what I like and stuff like that. So the lip color, before anybody DMs me on Twitter and asks, this is the Too Faced Melted Chocolate Liquefied Longwear Lipstick in Chocolate Honey. I featured this in my peanut butter and jelly video, and today's my first day wearing it, and it smells like chocolate, and it is gorgeous. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. This video is going to be long and in no really particular order because everything, I just kind of got everything and put it on the stool and the table in front of me, and yeah, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Okay, so the first thing in front of me is a lipstick. This is the Stay All Day liquid lipstick in the shade Patina. This was the only thing on my lips basically the entire year. I bought this in January of last year, so I've had it a full year now, and I absolutely adore it to death. And I wore it basically every day until like August. Like, it was insane. And then after August, I experimented a little bit, but I'd always go back to this. This is just, I'm gonna swatch it for you. This is just the most gorgeous color ever, and these Stay All Day liquid lipsticks are one of my favorites. Ignore my eyeshadow swatches, but the Stay All Day liquid lipsticks are one of my favorite liquid lipstick formulas. They are amazing. I like the Anastasia ones too. I thought about including one of them, but when I thought about which liquid lipstick I honestly wore the most, and it was my favorite out of 2017, it was definitely this one. They smell like vanilla. Oh, they smell so good. And they dry down completely matte, and they won't transfer, which is amazing, and they seriously will last all day, like all day. It's insane. I love, love, love this, and I have, I think, like 5 of these, and I love them all to death. So I love these. I have 2 lipsticks, like regular tube lipsticks, and they're pretty similar colors, but these were on my lips whenever this wasn't. So the first one is the Smashbox Be Legendary Lipstick in Primrose. It is just the perfect pink for me. The perfect everyday color. First off, these are so creamy. It's insane. And it's right there. It's just a gorgeous everyday color. It looks good with every makeup look. Like, regardless of whatever it is, this will look good with it. And it's amazing to have a lipstick like that. But my second favorite is the Laura Geller lipstick in Pink Mink. Oh, the packaging's hard to open on this one. And they're really similar. The Laura Geller one isn't as dark. So this is the Laura Geller one. That's the Smashbox one. It's not as dark. So it's a little bit of a brighter pink, but on they pretty much look the exact same. But I love them both so very much. And I actually had these in my purse, and I had to go get them for this video, if that says how much I love them. And yeah, they were living in my purse. So they need to come back and rejoin the rest of the fam. Alright, I have 2 setting sprays. One was more used, but the other one was my absolute favorite discovery of 2017, so I thought I'd share them both. The one I used the most was the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Spray and Set Makeup Extender Setting Spray. It looks like this. You can get this from the drugstore. It is rather expensive to be from the drugstore. I think it's like $15, and this has 3.4 ounces in it. So yeah, it's a little expensive to be from the drugstore, but this is an amazing, amazing setting spray. The mist is so fine, and it makes my makeup last longer. It gets rid of any of the powderiness that I have left. And for me, I have dry skin, and I don't want extra powder clinging to my face to make me look even more dry. This takes care of that problem 100%. But my ultimate favorite setting spray I discovered this year, but I didn't use it because it is really expensive. This is the Merle Norman Expert Touch Finishing Spray. They have similar feeling bottles, like they have that kind of NARS Lorac packaging feel to them, but this mist is the finest mist I have ever seen on any product, regardless if it's a hairspray, just anything. Like it's just so fine. It has a really nice smell. It says it's unscented, but like it has a really nice smell, and it's dermatologist tested. This doesn't break me out. I have really sensitive skin, doesn't break me out at all. It is a little expensive though, so that's why I didn't use this one as much, but it is my top favorite setting spray I've ever tried. Awesome. I have 3 mascaras, which is insane, but mascara is one of those products that I wear every day, regardless if I'm wearing a full face of makeup or not. So I go through a lot of mascara. I try out a lot of mascaras, but 2 of them are drugstore, 1 of them is high-end. The high-end one is the Smashbox Full Exposure. I discovered this at the beginning of 2017, and it is my favorite mascara I've ever tried. The wand is absolutely ginormous, though, which is I don't like about it, but I like to have voluminous mascaras. I like to have volume in my lashes. My lashes are really boring. They go pretty much straight out, and they're not very long, and I can't wear false eyelashes. I had allergic reaction to glue. I like to have voluminous mascaras, and this is amazing. I'm not wearing it today, but I love this. Next, I used this pretty much at the beginning of all my videos almost until recently, but this is what has been in my videos majority of the time. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara. Amazing, 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 amazing. I know that if you watch them, you're probably sick of seeing this and hearing people hype about it, but it is hyped about for a good reason. It is amazing. I don't know if it's similar to the Better Than Sex by Too Faced. People say it is, but I have never tried the Too Faced Better Than Sex, so I can't really say if it's a dupe or not, but I love this. It gives amazing volume, and it curls my lashes, and it's amazing. I love it. My all-time favorite drugstore mascara, though, that I just recently started using in my videos, but I've used it all year long. This is the Maybelline Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect Mascara. Now, I don't know what it is about this mascara, but it just looks gorgeous. It's what I'm wearing on my lashes today. It just looks gorgeous. It separates my lashes but gives them volume, and usually any mascara that has a curved wand like this, I like. I don't know, but I don't know what it is. It's just, when it has a curled wand, I typically like it. This hair, even when I do my hair is still a mess. But I love this. I've gone through, this is my 2nd or 3rd tube of this. So I had to mention it in this video, even though I haven't used it in all my videos. I've been using this one, but this is my 2nd or 3rd tube. And behind me, I don't even know if you can see it. Oh, right there, right there. Oh, you kind of can. Behind me, I actually have a backup of this already because I just love it so much. It always has to be on hand, always has to be on deck, ready to go. Favorite eyeliner ever that I discovered in 2017. This is the Smashbox Always Sharp Waterproof Kohl Liner in Raven. This eyeliner is what I have in my waterline today. This eyeliner is amazing. First off, it sharpens itself, so you don't have to sharpen it, which is a plus. I hate sharpening pencils. I absolutely hate it. It's the worst. And I don't know why I hate it. I just do. But my sister was so confused that it sharpens itself. So in the cap, there's like a little sharpener at the top, and when you twist it to take it off, it sharpens itself. So it's always sharp, ready to go. So it's amazing, and I love this. It does not smudge on me. It lasts all day on me, and it does not irritate my eyes, which is the biggest thing for me. A lot of eyeliners irritate my eyes, but this one does not do that, and I'm absolutely obsessed with it, and I will definitely be repurchasing it, and if I do, you guys will be the first to know because I'm obsessed with this eyeliner, and everybody needs this. I got my mom hooked on this. It is the best eyeliner I've ever tried, and I love it. I only have one primer that stood out this year, and it's one I use completely up. So this bottle's actually completely empty, but I don't have a backup, so we're just gonna hold this one up. This is the e.l.f. Mineral Infused Face Primer. To me, this is a dupe for the Smashbox foundation primer. It feels the exact same. I have a hair stuck in my eyelashes. it feels the exact same to me, and there's nothing wrong with that. I absolutely adore that. It's just the best foundation primer I discovered this year. Honestly, it's everything. I reached for it every time I did my makeup and I needed a primer. This is what I reached for, and I honestly ran out when I was doing my makeup today, so this half of my face is primed and this half isn't, but besides that, I absolutely adore this primer, and I will definitely be repurchasing it. It's amazing. You need to try it. It's only like $5 or $6, and it's bomb. Right, I have two foundations. The first one is the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse Airbrush Finish in the shade 10 Porcelain Ivory. This foundation was everything to me this year. Absolutely everything. I wore it to my high school graduation, and it was so hot and I was sweating so bad. I honestly had the fear that my foundation was coming off. I was like, oh my god, because I had never tried this foundation prior to that, and that was a terrible mistake. I don't recommend doing that, but I didn't know if it was going to flash back. I didn't know anything, but I was in a hurry and I grabbed it and I was like, sure, whatever, we'll try this. And I did, and it did not move even though I was sweating, and we went out and it was raining, and it was a huge makeup disaster day. Like, you know, like the feeling when you do your makeup and you're like, oh my god, my makeup looks so good, but you can feel that like it's gonna be a bad day, like it's gonna rain or be really humid and you're gonna start to sweat. That's how the temperature was outside. But it held up through the whole thing. It held up through the graduation, it held up through the pictures, it held up through the dinner afterwards. It was phenomenal. I actually already have a backup. It's also behind me because I love it so much. But when I wasn't wearing that foundation, I was wearing this one, and it is called a CC cream, but to me it's just a full coverage foundation, so it's what's on my face today. This is the Merle Norman CC cream. It has SPF 30, and this is in the shade Light Ivory. This is a foundation. Like, it is a full coverage foundation. I don't know who calls it a CC cream. I know CC cream stands for color correcting, but it is a foundation, and it is a gorgeous foundation. If you see my face is dewy, that is this. It's a dewy foundation or CC cream. It is dewy. It has full coverage. I don't have to set it, which I love since I have dry skin. I like not having to set foundation and things like that. And it lasts all day, and I can use it any time of the year, which is amazing because I live in Indiana and we have all 4 seasons in one day sometimes. So it holds up through all kinds of weather. It is perfect. I wouldn't recommend it for flash photography just because it has SPF 30 and the SPF might flash back. I don't know if it does or not, but I usually don't wear any foundation with SPF if I'm going to be in flash photography. I don't wear it because SPF does flash back, but this foundation is so comfortable on my skin. It doesn't cling to dry patches. I don't know if you'd like this if you're oily. I feel like you would, because the dew that it gives your skin is not overpowering, and I'm sure if you would set it, the dew would probably go away. But I don't know how it would react on oily skin. You might like it. It says it's for all skin types, but I can't really verify that because I don't know. But I do love this to death. It is expensive, but I absolutely love it, and I'm definitely repurchasing this. I already made plans to. Next thing I grabbed are powders. My pressed powder of the year is the Maybelline Fit Me Set and Smooth. This one's for normal to dry, and it's in the shade 110 Porcelain. This is my second one of these, so obviously I love it, and this one's actually brand new. I've only used it like twice, so it's pretty new. I love this. First off, it's such a fine powder that it doesn't cling to any dry patches, which is a huge thing for me. And it doesn't accentuate pores, it doesn't accentuate texture, and it doesn't accentuate the peach fuzz across your face, which is amazing. I use this all over my face, and it doesn't do anything really weird, so I love this. Loose powder. This isn't my favorite loose powder. I've only used 2 others, like 2 including this one. So I can't say it's my favorite, but it is what I've been using, so I just want to mention it. This is the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder in Translucent Extra Coverage 074-1. This is what I've used all year long to bake on my face, and it does work. It's not a bad powder, that's not what I'm saying, but it's not my favorite one either. If I leave it baking on my face too long, it can really accentuate texture and pores, but if I don't leave it too long, it's fine. So I like to bake, do my eyebrows, then wipe it away immediately. If I like continue on and do anything more than that, it accentuates dry patches and fine lines and everything like that. So I don't love that. I don't love how it's heavily scented. It has a heavy floral scent, and I don't love it. I don't like floral scented really anything, and this is really bad. So if you are sensitive to smells, you may not like this. You can't smell it once you've brushed it away or after it's set, but when you open it, you can smell it, and it has super messy packaging. Like, it's flying everywhere. Like, it's super messy. It comes with a puff, but I don't ever use it, but I just keep it in there to try to hold in some of the powder. But this powder is really inexpensive, so if you're looking for a loose powder on a budget, this is like $5 from Walmart, something like that. Three or four or five, something like that. It's really inexpensive. It's nice, but it has those two problems with it. But I can use this to set all over my face as long as I'm careful. If I use a big brush like this and brush it away and buff it in, I can get away with it. But if I'm just taking a smaller brush like this and tapping it in, it accentuates every fine line, every piece of texture, every piece of dry skin. It does do that. So you have to be kind of careful. You kind of have to work with this product, but I have used it all year long, so I had to mention it. Same with this product. I've been using this all year long, so I have to mention it. This is the e.l.f. Brow Pencil in Neutral Brown. I know I'm a dirty blonde, but this matches my eyebrows and my hair perfectly, so if you have that problem, I'd try this one. This is not the best brow pencil I've ever tried, but it is a really nice one from the drugstore. So if you're looking for one on a budget, this is really waxy, so it's really easy to work with. I know some people say waxy eyebrow pencils are really difficult to work with. For me, they're really easy. I learned with like a thing of wax type thing, so maybe that's why. But this is just a wind-up pencil. This is my second one of these because these are like $1, and I swear I only run out of my brow pencil when I'm in a hurry and I have somewhere to go, so I always have to like run into CVS and grab this because I know it works and I know it matches and I don't have to think about it. So I swear that's the only time I run out of a brow pencil. But it is a really nice brow pencil. It's not my absolute favorite, but I have used this literally since the beginning of the year, and so I have to mention it because it's only fair. And I lost the little cap, but the spoolie is covered, but I lost the cap. I dropped it. I never did find it. 2017 was the year of palettes for me. I'm looking over here and there are face palettes and eye palettes and all the above. So now I'm going to talk about highlighters, and I needed new highlighters at the beginning of 2017. When I went into 2017, I was like, I'm going to buy more highlighters. I only had one and I was like, I love it, but I want more. I don't really have anything to really branch out. I didn't have anything super intense, and that's how I like my highlight. And these two, amazing. So the first one that I discovered before this, I discovered beginning of 2017, I believe, right after it came out. So this is the Smashbox Casey Holmes Spotlight Palette in Pearl, and I got this I think like a week or two after it came out, and I love this. Still to this day, I love this. This is the highlight I'm wearing on my face right now. It's the middle one. I love this. If you have a skin tone like mine or lighter than mine, Pearl would be your best friend. I think there's a darker one, but I don't know what it's called. I think it might be called Gold or something like that. That one looks better on deeper skin tones, but this one is the one I have because I'm a fair skin tone. These two mixed together is everything. My favorite one is the first one. I don't use this one back here very often because it has more glitter in it. They're really fine pieces of glitter, but I just don't use glitter highlights very often. I used to all the time, but I kind of outgrew that phase, so I don't really use it anymore. But I use these two all the time, and I mixed this palette with this highlighter. This is the Mary Luminizer by The Balm, and I know I'm super late to the bandwagon. Everybody's talked about this on YouTube for years, but I bought this, I think, in June, and I haven't been able to put it down since. And I literally have to force myself to use my other highlighters, but not just this one. But I mix these two together all the time. If you want to have a really intense outer space highlight, I would recommend doing that. But I have no idea if this is still available or not, so if it is, you need to get it, but if it's not, you need to get this one. Okay, sorry, my phone rang. My phone rings, my camera stops recording. So, I think I was talking about this, but I love this to death. I don't remember what I said about it, but just know I like it, and we're gonna move on because I don't remember what I said. So, okay. 2 eyeshadow primers. One is my favorite ever, and I discovered it in 2017. The other one I used all 2017, so you guys should know both. My absolute favorite is the Smashbox 24-Hour Photo Finish Shadow Primer. It's almost empty, so I only use this now on special occasions because I don't have a backup, and it's just the best eyeshadow primer I've ever used. You literally just squeeze out the smallest amount, the smallest amount, and it does the world of a job. And I love this. It makes my eyeshadow last all day, but a close second, and one I used all year because that one was almost empty. This is the Lorac Behind the Scenes eye primer. This is a really nice eyeshadow primer. It's doesn't cling as well as the Smashbox one, but it does cling really, really well, and it is a definite second favorite of mine, and I would recommend this if you want an eyeshadow primer. And it comes with the other Lorac, the Pro palette, so you can get a Pro palette and an eyeshadow primer. One concealer that stood out this whole year, and I have it on right now. This is the Merle Norman Dual Action Concealer in the shade Light. This is the only concealer I have ever tried that doesn't crease on me, and that is amazing. I have fine lines underneath my eyes, and down here, right here, is normally really dry, and it's only right here on this eye, and so every concealer clings to that area, and it drives me absolutely insane. And you can't see like from this far away, but if I was close to you, you could see it, and it bothers me. Like, even if I know it's there, it bothers me. So I'm like, oh my god, like it's creasing, it's clingy, it's nasty, it's gross. This one does not do that, and I don't think they have very many shades, which sucks, but it is the best concealer of the best, and it is everything to me. I use it all the time, and I love the doe foot applicator. It's like a triangle shape, so it fits perfectly like in my inner corner, and I love this. I love this, 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 and these two together, match made in heaven, and I love them both so very much. So the first one that I wore the beginning half of this year is the City Color Be Matte Blush in the shade Guava. This is like $5, I think, and it is a gorgeous blush. You have to be careful. Take a shot every time I say gorgeous. You have to be careful when you dip into this dough, because it is really pigmented, and you can go overboard really fast, and I know from experience. But this blush is amazing, and it's super, super smooth, gorgeous, and I wear this all the time, no matter what the look looks like, because I just love it so much, so I don't really care. But this blush is what's on my cheeks right now. This is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour blush in Party. This was part of the Sephora gift this year if you got the makeup kit from Tarte, and the Tarte logo is almost gone, if you can see that, because I use this every day. I've used this every day since I've got it. Like, I'm obsessed. So this was my start at the beginning of the year. This one through like into May onward was everyday blush I'm wearing. This one, when I do my sister's makeup, which blush she was wearing, this one, my other sister, this one, my mom, this one, like everybody's like, oh my god, I need a blush. I'm like, oh, get this one. It's like, it's everything. It's everything. It lasts all day, and this color in particular, it matches every single look ever. And I hope that this is available individually right here. Ooh, they're kind of similar. This one's just a little bit lighter, but this one blends out like a freaking dream, and you don't, like, look at it. It blends out so easy, and you don't have to really worry about it. I love this. Bronzers and contour. I have 3 palettes, and they all do different things. Go ahead and tell you. So the first one I have is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in Dulce de Leche. This is what this one looks like. I mean, I hit pan, so obviously I love it. And kicking it up. This is what I used pretty much half the year. I want to say from January up until like June. This is what I was using to contour and to set my under eyes. And I don't use this to contour very often anymore because I think it's just a little bit too orange. I mean, sometimes I can pull it off. I used it today. Sometimes I can do it, and other times I just can't. So that's not really what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this highlighter shade mostly. This brightens my under eye like no other. I used my Coty Airspun powder to bake today, and then I used this to brighten up underneath my eyes, and it just gives this gorgeous life back into your under eyes, and it is amazing. And it's only like $5. I actually already have a backup of this because I love it for this in particular, but I like this too, but I use this one way more. And to contour the other half of the year, and majority of the time, I use the e.l.f. contour palette in Light. Now this is like $2 or $3, and in particular I use this shade right here. It is really it has a really great undertone, which is perfect for contouring because you want to create the illusion of a shadow, and that does this perfectly. There's actually a huge dip in here. I don't even know if you guys can see that. You kind of can. There's a huge dip in there, and I'm probably going to hit pan soon, but yeah. I can use all 4 of the shades in here, but I don't really love this bronzer. I think it's a little bit too orange. This highlight has like glitter in it, and it doesn't look flattering, but I used to mix these two together to set my under eye, and it does look nice, but when it starts getting like June, July, like summer months, this is like way too much. This is what I use all the freaking time, and I love it. Alright, next is, this is not what I want to talk about, it's the bronzer in here, but this is the Too Faced The Little Black Book of Bronzers, and this is, I want to specifically talk about Pink Leopard, this one right here, but all these are, I think all of these are available individually. But I don't know if the book is anymore, but this bronzer right here, first off, it's gorgeous. I mean, look at it. It has leopard print in it, and it's just so cute. And it has, when you put it on your skin, I'm holding it upside down, that way you can see it's on the bottom, but when you put it on your skin, it gives this nice bronzed, kissed, but blushing type of mixture. It's like the weirdest thing ever, but when you put it on, you glow. You glow from within, and it is such a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bronzer, and I love it. I'm honestly surprised I didn't hit pan on it this year, because I used it every day until I discovered the next bronzer I want to talk about, and this one just stole my life. This is the Lord Geller Baked Body Frosting All Over Face and Body Glow in Tahitian Glow. This bronzer is what I'm wearing today, if you can see that. This bronzer gives you the definition of a summer goddess look. Excuse me. Here we go. It looks like it'd be really orange in the pan, and I honestly thought it would be when I first got it. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be way too orange on me. I don't know how I'm gonna pull this off, and it keeps closing. This bronzer does not look orange at all once you put it on, and when I first put it on, I was terrified. Even when you swatch it, it pulls a little bit orange. When you blend it out and you put it on your skin, it actually turns into this neutral bronzed goddess look. And it is the best bronzer I've ever tried. It's definitely my favorite bronzer of all time. And I'm surprised I haven't made a dip in it yet, because it's baked, so it has like this dome shape, and I haven't even made a dent in this. And I use this every day. If you've seen any of my reviews, every time I'm wearing a bronzer, it's this one. This one. Pretty much every video I have, it's this one. Alright, next is eyeshadow palettes. I have 4 eyeshadow palettes to talk about. And eyeshadow palettes this year took my heart. I mean, if you're subscribed to my channel, I've done like 50 eyeshadow palettes reviews. Not that many, but I have done a lot. And eyeshadow is my favorite thing in makeup. It's my absolute favorite. I have so many eyeshadow palettes, and it's just my favorite thing, and I get so happy when I see brands releasing new eyeshadow palettes, because eyeshadow palettes are my thing, because you can do so many different things with one product, and it's just amazing. So I do definitely have way too many for one person, but I use a different one almost every day, and I try to. Alright, the first one was limited edition, so I'm going to talk about this one first, and I hope you can still get it. If not, I'm so sorry, but it truly was one of my favorites this year. This is the Make Believe in Yourself Eye and Cheek palette from Tarte. And this was part of their unicorn collection, and it is stunning. You can see it better this way because I hold it this way. You can reflect it. The only thing I don't like in here is the highlight. I don't ever use this. It's just too powdery for me. But the eyeshadows in here are amazing. There's only one matte in here, and it's Myth, which is this one right here. The rest are the shimmery metallic. And I know a lot of people hated this because there's only one matte in here, but I loved this. It was so much fun to create looks with this, and when you get excited to use a product, I think it's just the best thing in the world. But this I could use for an everyday look. I just put Myth in my crease and Pixie or Crystal all over my lid, and I'm good to go. But I specifically use this palette for the blues and the purple right here. I would create looks with those 3, and it would just make me get creative, and I loved this for a long time. It smells like vanilla, and I seriously did not put this down at all the first like 2-3 weeks I had it, which when you have like literally like 20 eyeshadow palettes, that means something. So yeah, it was a great thing I bought, and I love it so much. Next is the Anastasia Modern Renaissance. This was raved about in 2016, and for good reason. I bought this at the beginning of the year, shortly after this one, I believe. I think like a week or 2 after this one. And I seriously still use it. I love it so much. I've used every color in here, and usually in a palette there's like 1 or 2 that I don't ever use, and this I've used every color in here, and I love it. This is my probably My third favorite palette of all time is this one. It's just so nice. Every color in here is buttery, is creamy, is blendable. The mattes in here are like unlike any other matte you've ever used in your entire life. They are so nice. And the shimmers in here are my two favorite shimmer formulas I've ever used. Like, the favorite shimmer formula ever is the Anastasia ones. These are just so nice. I love, love, love this palette. And I'm going to stop talking about it because I know everybody has seen this palette, and it's for good reason, because it is truly amazing. If you haven't tried it, you need to. You need this palette in your life. Next is a palette by Too Faced, but this is the Too Faced Natural Love. This also got a lot of hate, but I love it. People said it's just another neutral palette, and it is, but it's one that I love. You can kind of see the difference. This palette literally has every color I could ever need in here, and if I didn't have a makeup obsession, this would probably be one of the only palettes I'd have. This one and maybe my Too Faced Chocolate Bar, although this one has all the colors in it basically, so I may not, but you guys get what I'm saying. This is just, it has every color in here I could ever need. Personally, I know there's not really any outgoing colors in here, but I don't really use those very often. But I have the Tarte palette, so I can mix the two together, and that's actually how I use this palette a lot. I mix this with this, and I love this a whole lot. I love it. It has glitters and shimmers and metallics and mattes in here, and all the colors are just gorgeous. And this is actually what I used on my eyes. Some of it I mixed it with the next palette because I wanted to use a little bit of everything. But I'm actually wearing an all matte eye today, which is something I never do, but I'm loving it. I'm loving it. But this palette is truly, truly, truly one of the best that came out in 2017. And I know it got a lot of hate, and it is really big, but I don't think it deserved the hate it got. And Too Faced shadows are my all-time favorite shadow formula to work with. They do the work for you, and they honestly don't, nothing compares to a Too Faced shadow in my opinion. I know a lot of people feel that way about Urban Decay. I feel that way about Too Faced, and hence why I have so many. But this is just, this palette stood out to me because I used it a crap ton, and I'm surprised I haven't hit pan on any of the shades yet, to be honest, but I haven't. Last but not least, this is the Lorac Pro 3, and I love this. This is also what's on my eyes. I mixed the two together, but this is what it looks like. And this might be cheating because I didn't have this palette until like October, so I didn't have it till the last part of the year, but I honestly didn't put it down. And I just adore this. I adore this. This is my second favorite eyeshadow palette of all time, and I think second or third. Same with the Monomercel, second or third. They're in the top 5 for sure. This is just a gorgeous, gorgeous palette, and I love it. The top row is all matte and the bottom row is all shimmer, so if you want to dabble in makeup, I would recommend this because it has every color you could ever need in here, especially for a beginner. These are really beginner friendly, and they're creamy and blendable, and they are honestly stunning. And it comes with an eyeshadow primer. That's also really good, so I love them both. And I love, love, love this. The black in here is one of my favorite blacks to work with. I have the Lorac Pro 2, but I like to work with the black out of this one more. I don't know why. They're the exact same, but like when I'm using them, they're not the same. Like they literally look if I swatch them both, they're exactly the same. They feel the exact same, but this one is just so much better. And I don't know why, but that's just how it is. So that was a lot. That was a lot. That was a lot of makeup favorites. Those were just my makeup favorites and most used products of 2017. And hopefully this video is not a complete disaster like the first one. So subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I will see you in my next video.